Greetings, and welcome to another fantastic episode of JJ Plays Modded Minecraft Season 2. I think we're up to episode 13, lucky number 13. And today, we have some amazing things planned. Whoa! That wasn't planned. But today, we do actually have some plans. And the plan, number one, is to get some fusion crafting started. That is something that I've been definitely looking forward to for the last little while. And now that I have nether stars, as you saw from the last episode, I'm ready to get myself a full fusion crafting setup. So let's actually start that and see where we get. To start with, we are going to need these things called fusion crafters, basic fusion crafting injectors. I'm actually going to want to increase them to Wyvern tier and then Draconic tier, but as you can see from this beautiful interface here, the only way to get the upper tiers is to start with the lower tier and then tier them up. So I'm going to need to create a recipe for this guy right here. So let's use my pattern grid here and let's create that recipe. It looks like just stone, blocks of iron, diamonds, and Draconic cores. And I think I've already taught my system how to make all of those things. So if I jam that in here, hopefully I should be able to make fusion cores. Let's make 18 of them. Yes. And wow, that was actually one of the fastest crafts I think I've ever seen. I also need some way to power these guys. And I think I want to go with relays. But I don't know if I can make Wyvern level relays right away. I think I can. Yeah, but I think you have to start with these Draconic ones and then upgrade them somehow. Yeah, so let's make some patterns for these as well. Let's do pattern for basic relay. And then we'll do the pattern for the Wyvern relay. And I think I have patterns for all these things stored already. So let's go that. And then let's try Wyvern. And I really have no idea how many of these things I need. So I'm just going to build a bunch of them. Uh-oh, missing redstone blocks. Does my system not know how to make redstone blocks? Redstone. Oh, wow. Apparently I don't. Okay. That's pretty easy. It's made like that. I swear that was part of a recipe somewhere along the way before. I guess not. I guess I never had a recipe for redstone blocks. Wyvern relays. So let's again make 64 of those. Now we can do that and start and chugging away. Now we got lots of these things. Okay, that's good. 64. That's what I was hoping for. It's actually not the relay crystals I need. I need to turn some of these into these IO crystals. So not all of them, but I am going to need a bunch. So let's do that. I'm also going to need some way to generate power, so I'm going to take this solar panel and maybe craft some more of these as well. So I don't know how many I'm going to need, but let's just make 4. I think that's pretty quick and easy, and those are crafting away, and while that's crafting, I'm going to sleep. Good morning. It is a bright summer. Sure. Spring, summer, whatever. It's kind of always the same weather in Minecraft, isn't it? So Let's see if my crafting finished. Yep, it did. So that long night of sleeping, of course it finished. So that would have built me 4 solar panels, and actually now I have 5. I'm only going to take 4 because I think that will be more than enough. And then let's take these things and head upstairs and see where we are at. So right here, this is where I want to build my fusion crafting setup. I've been talking about this for episodes and episodes and episodes, and today is the day I finally build it. But first, we need to get rid of these fences, and we'll do that quite simply, like that. Pick up some of this stuff. I need to get rid of these, and the gates, and the fences, and all this stuff. And there's also somebody else we need to get rid of here. I kind of mentioned it last episode. That, oh, I guess he's gone. I guess you are the lucky one. You've escaped. You've escaped my wrath. Nobody my wrath. I'm going to call you Lucky. You're my new pet chicken. Have a great time prancing around the island, Lucky. We'll see you soon. All right, let's pick a nice centralized location, somewhere around here, I think, to be the center point of my crafting setup. And then 1, 2, 3, yeah, about here. Let's put our fusion crafting injectors here. And then we need something to stand on. Of course, I didn't bring anything to stand on. And boom, boom, boom. There we go. And now I need to do the same on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Look at that, I even got the spacing right. All right. And 1, 2, 3. So there's my 18 fusion crafting injectors. And right here is where I'm going to put the actual fusion crafting device. But first I need to apply power to all these things. That's where these relay crystal things come into place. So if you plunk all these onto the end here, and then I do the same on the other side. Boom, 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 boom. Then I should be able to inject power into all of these things. All right, there is my basic fusion crafting setup. I've added these solar panels up at the top here. I'm going to drop an additional energy crystal on each one of these things. This is only temporary, by the way. I have a much better solution in mind, but it is going to take me some time to actually get there. Then I use this thing. It looks like a wrench, but it's actually called a crystal binder or a crystal binder. And then you, let's see, shift right click. Yeah. And then you click, 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 and click. This device has reached its connection limit. Oh, because you can only link 3 things. Okay. Well, that's okay, because I know how to fix that. So let's unlink this. Let's see. How do I shift right click? Sneak right click to clear. Clear. Nope. Maybe if I right click on, yeah, there we go. Clear all the links. Then I can add one of these things to it, which is just kind of this thing I'm going to float in the air at the moment, right underneath it. And I guess I'll have to do the same on the other side. These crystals allow several more links, so up to 16 links each. There we go. So I should be able to, let's see, shift right click on that, and then click on that. So that's 1 link, and then each of these will be 9 more links for a total of 10. And now I've connected the input through this crystal to each of these things as an output. Oh, that actually reminds me, I do need to set each of these as well. So I think I have to do this with an empty hand. If I, let's see, shift, yeah, that's an output now. And I think that's right. Yes, output, 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 out, and out. And hopefully I've now got each of these things. This one's an input, right? Because it's feeding into this relay, and then these are all feeding out. So now my solar panel, as long as it was actually daylight out, should be feeding into this guy right here. And I just need to do the same thing on the other side. This side is now all powered up, and you can see that each of these things in the bottom right-hand corner is now collecting RF, or energy. So they can store a total of 16 million, and they're at about 2.5, not quite 2.5 billion each. So it is going to take a minute or two for these to fill up. So that's a good opportunity for me to go build the rest of the things that I'm going to need for this whole process here. So to start with, I'm going to need this thing right here called a fusion crafting core. This is what goes in the center, and this is how it's built. Let's see if I have all those things. No, I have almost none of those things. It's okay, I can build one of these, and I believe these around the outside are actually lapis blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. And fusion crafting core, yes. In order to tier these things from the basic tier up to the wyvern tier, I'm going to need a bunch of things, a bunch of diamonds. I'm going to need some wyvern cores, some draconic cores, and draconium blocks. And because I have 18 of these things, I'm going to have to do this 18 times over. So I need 18 times 4 diamonds, which I believe is 72, plus 18 of these, 36 of these, and 18 of these. So let's get those. Wyvern. These guys are each made with a nether star, so I actually needed to grab a bunch of nether stars. Luckily for me, I actually went ahead and ground out a bunch of nether stars between episodes. Yeah, I now have like almost 2,000 of them, so yeah, that's a fair number. The centerpiece to our fusion crafting system is, of course, the fusion crafting core, this guy, but I need to put it on something, and before I do that, I'm going to put down a chest. This chest will be where all of the stuff ends up once it's done crafting. The fusion crafting core goes right there. And now I am ready to start the actual crafting. So what am I going to be crafting? Well, I think I mentioned this before. I need to convert each of these things up. So let's just start putting some things in place and see how we make out. On this side, we will put those, those, and those, and those, and those, and those, and those, and those. And that fills up 8 of the 9 items. So the 9th I can actually take away and put it in here. So if I drop that right in there, and then I click the start button, we should see the crafting begins. So this thing is charging up. And it does take a couple seconds to charge up. All the power is flowing in. And then we're going to get some weird animation effects. So let me back up and watch this happen. There we go. So that's now flying around. And we are slowly but surely converting one of our basic crafters into... Ooh, this does take a while. Fuse right in there, and boom. There we go. We now have a wyvern fusion crafting injector. And we can replace that one right here. And we only need to do that 17 more times. So bear with me, guys. In order to automate this process a little bit, I'm going to build this thing called a watch of flowing time, which is actually a really cool and handy device. And it needs to go on this thing called a dark matter pedestal. And if I grab those and drag them out here, I'm going to set them up right behind this fusion crafting setup. Drop the watch of flowing time on top of it. And then I can right click on it, and suddenly things, well, they are happening much faster, but you just can't tell. So I need to actually set up the next craft, and then you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, I've removed the crafters from this side, and I'm going to drop them in bulk right up here. I could click start, but instead I'm going to grab this item called the timer, which I showed you guys in the last episode, and I'm going to put it right on top here. I'm going to turn it off for a second. I'm going to set the time down to 20 ticks, which is 1 second, so that it should tick every second. Let's turn that on, and there it goes. So every second, it's actually ticking away, and this is still going very slow, as you can see. It's, it's counting up. But if I turn on this watch of flowing time, there it goes. It's going much faster now. Everything is just speeding along. And I need to not only convert all of these 1 time, but I need to convert them all 2 times. So I'm going to let that happen, and well, I'll join you in a moment. In order to tier these up again to the draconic level, I'm going to need 2 more of these wyvern cores, 4 more diamonds, and 1 of these awakened draconium blocks. Luckily, I have a chicken that lays awakened draconium. And again, that is per one of these fusion crafting injectors, and I need 18 of them. So I'm going to scale this recipe up by 18, and then I'm going to build the fusion craft. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I can take the remaining 11 of these guys, drop them in here, and they begin to charge. Start my watch of flowing time again. Wow, this is going super fast. And they are converting into the Draconic tier, which are all appearing in this chest right here. 2 more, 1 more. There's all 11 of these things. I love this fusion crafting stuff. This is pretty cool. And then these all go over here. And I can do the rest of them. 5, 6, 7. And then in here, the 7 remaining. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And somehow I've ended up with 2 extra wyvern cores. Okay, well, that's not all that bad. So far, we're all good. We've got 7 of these, and we netted some extra cores. So I have no idea how that happened. Oh, wow. Not only a few, but a lot. 7, 8, 9. The next thing that I want to create involves these 9 items and a nether star in the fusion crafter. Let's just turn this on to speed up the process. And yeah, that happened really, really fast. What did we get? We got this thing called an awakened core. But we're going to need a few more of them. All right, let's craft up some armor using our boots to get wyvern boots, our leggings to get wyvern leggings, our helmet to get a wyvern helm, and our chest plate to get a wyvern chest plate. And then we shall take these items down to our fusion crafting system. I've already set up everything required here, and let's just drop these items in one at a time here. Let's speed this up. And that's 1, and that's 2, and that's 3, and that's 4. And let's turn that off to save some power. And in this chest is the culmination of everything we've been working for. 1, 2, 3, 4 draconic armor pieces. And now, this is where we're at. Draconic armor, the best armor in the game. Not only because it gives you the most armor protection, but because it has one very particularly cool side effect. Yep, it allows you to fly. That's right, I can now fly. Welcome to Minecraft the way I like to play, with the ability to fly. And with that, I am going to end this episode right here as I fly over my base and look down upon all the progress I have made so far, and think about all of the amazing things that I still have to accomplish, and actually think about how awesome it's going to be now that I can fly, especially since I want to start doing some building, some large-scale building, and I've always disliked doing large-scale building when I'm not able to fly. I kind of come from a creative background of being able to fly and build, and this is the next best thing, where it's survival, but I can fly. And I'm so happy. You have no idea how happy this makes me. Super duper happy. So thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next episode. If you have not already clicked the subscribe button or the like button, please feel free to do so. Take care, guys. See you in the next episode. Bye.